Okay, girls, so this is an example from page 29 of your booklet, and the question's asking us to write the equation underlining the salt that's formed. Okay, so the first thing to do is just to recognize which one's my acid and which one's my base. So if there's a H at the front here, we can say that's the acid. And if I see an OH somewhere, I can say that's my base. Okay, so I always think to myself, right, the salt is going to form from a bit of the base and a bit of the acid. So the base is made up of a metal and a non-metal. So my salt is going to take the first part of the base. So when you're thinking about how am I going to write my salt out, always take the first part of the base. That should be your very first step. Okay, so the first part of the base is the barium, and I'm just going to write that down. Okay, then I take the second part of my acid. So this is my acid, and I'm going to take the second part of it, and that's going to make up the second part of my salt here. So NO3. Okay, and then I've got my water. But I want you to put on the brakes once you get up to this point and draw an arrow somewhere and just check that this is the right formula for this compound. So Ba, I just need to check my valency table. That's a 2+ ion. And nitrate is an NO3 negative. So I need to make up a formula here for a salt, an ionic compound. Well, how do I do that? Well, like we've been learning, we use something called the cross method. So this 2 will come down, and I just need to put all of that in brackets, 2, and then the 1 from this will come down to the barium, so a little 1 there. So this really is my correct formula. So I need to review my salt, check I've done it right. So I need to put in my brackets here and put a 2 there. Now that's the correct formula for my salt. And I can write out my full equation again. My acid plus my base give my salt, which I'm going to underline because that's what the question's asking me to do. And I've got my water. So last step, balance. Always balance in the end. So let's do some balancing. Barium, how many do I have? 1. How many? 1. Okay, that 2 only applies to these ones. What else? Nitrogen, 1. Nitrogen, well, I've got 2, okay. And then hydrogen, 1, 2, 3. And hydrogen, I've got 2. And then oxygen, I've got 3 plus 2 is 5. And then I've got 3 times 2, so 6 here. 6. Be careful with that one. Plus 1 is 7. Okay, so I've got a few things so I need to fix up. Let's start with the nitrogen. Always leave hydrogen and oxygen last. So how am I going to fix this? I'm going to put a 2 there and see how I go. Okay, so now I've got 2 nitrogen, but my other things might have been messed up. Barium's not affected, but that's all right. Okay, so barium's still all good. Nitrogen now is fine, but my others might be a bit messed up now. So hydrogen, I've got 2 and 2, which is 4. And then here I've got 2 hydrogen. Okay, and then oxygen, I've got 6. So 2 times that 3 is 6. 6 plus the 2 is 8. And then here I've got 2 times 3 is 6, plus the 1 is 7. So I need to try and balance my hydrogens. So how many hydrogens? 2, I just want to check that, 4, and then, yep, okay. I'm going to place a 2 there. So now my hydrogen here is 4, so my hydrogens should be fine, but now my oxygens are probably going to be a bit messed up. All right, so let's have a look. Oxygen, 6 plus the 2 is 8, and then oxygen on this side 6, plus the 2 is 8. So that looks pretty good to me, all balanced, and I just had to put the 2 there and the 2 there. So that is complete.